What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button while you're at it, because I really appreciate it that you are here. And let's get into this conversation/reality chat. Love Marriage Huntsville. This show is definitely one that has a cult following, right? Definitely enjoying the show, but to be honest with you, I want to say I was more intrigued by the show when it first came out versus now, even though it's gotten a whole lot more popularity at this point because of how much stuff has gone down between the two main cast members, which is melodyshari, formerly Holt, and Martell Holt. They're no longer married, but, it came out on the show. She revealed that he was unfaithful, and it's just been so much that has happened. We've talked about it on a number of occasions, and there are people that put content out there about this show several times a day. So when I say the show has a cult following, it really does. It's a bit much for me, but, it is what it is. It's all good. But something triggered me that I saw on this most recent episode. Melody, she's spoken about Martell's mother and how there were some comments that she made that she really didn't appreciate. So she blocked her at some point, and I understood it. I'm not in a relationship where I'm divorced, but I've experienced things in my marriage where it involves the mother of the son, my husband. And I have a son, and I just can't understand how some women are like this with their male children. I'm not saying there are no mothers that are like that with their female children, but it seems to be a lot more men with mothers like this. And I actually, when I had a son years ago, I prayed to God. I said, God, please don't let me be like that. But I know that it's possible that you don't have to be that way, because my mother, she was not like that with her son. And so it is possible for some mothers to not be those types where they're just enabling their son's bad behavior and just upholding them in whatever they do and making the other party out to be the one that's in the wrong, because it's like, well, this is my child, this is my son, and I'm going to always be there for him and take up for him. That's not saying you have to not love your child or not help or support them in some way, but you still don't have to uphold them in their wrong. And from what Martell's mother said on this most recent episode, she said some other things in the past too that triggered me, but I just didn't really talk about it much later, but I had my comments about it at the time when I was seeing it. This is the reason why her son is the way that he is, as well as a lot of men who have these issues that should have been addressed because mothers have upheld their sons' bad behavior. I'm going to play a clip of Martell's mother and some things that she said that were just really disturbing, and then I'm going to continue with my commentary.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hey,
baby.
good morning. I know that in order for us to start, mending the relationship post-divorce, I know that there are some conversations that need to be had, and there's some things we need to hash out.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, how you been doing?
I've been good. How you been?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I've been doing good. Thanks for
That's good.
coming.
Thanks for the invite.
Well, I'm glad you came. It's been a long time.
I know it.
Yeah.
And it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. I think that there has been a long gap in us, I guess, communicating, considering how much we used to communicate all the time.
I know it.
So I just wanted us to be able to chat, figure out what happened and how we can move forward in a more positive space.
Okay.
So I think it was the last year. That's kind of, I think, when we stopped talking at all.
Oh, yeah, with the text.
Yes. There was a conversation that Miss Marlene had with Martell where she just said some things that weren't true and weren't accurate, and I really didn't appreciate it. I've never in any shape, form, or fashion in the media tried to make her look bad or say anything that could negatively affect her or come at her character. So I didn't appreciate her doing that to me. So because of that, I did what I do, which is block. So I haven't talked to her in about a year. Did you ever feel like I ever said anything negative about you or had any negative feelings towards you?
Oh, no, we were always good.
Good. I would think that too.
Because the
I
only
felt
other
like
thing
that.
is when, that was a text.
Do you know why I sent that text?
Yeah, I know you was hurt.
So here she text messaged his mother and said, "Your son is a liar. You have upheld Martell for a very long time and not made him take responsibility. Since day one, I've been nothing but good to you and fair when it came to you. Y'all enjoy and do what y'all do. Don't text me back because I'm blocking you too." So that's what the text messages says that meaning Melody, sent to his mother. And I don't blame her. Not one bit.
For me, it became, anything that ignited negative energy or negative thoughts, I just removed myself from it because I got to be good for my kids. You know that.
Oh, that's right.
You were a single
yeah.
mom, so you know.
Forever.
I think what really did it for me was the conversation that you and Martell had. And you were saying that, like I was going to put him in the grave or something, like, because I was always Martell, like I didn't do anything.
Them kids was real small. And you used to just work, and I'd be like, damn, she gonna kill my boy. He do so damn much.
Yeah.
You lay around, Martell. Oh, I'd be so mad.
When I look at the relationship we've always had, which has always been a good relationship, it's really more like you really became a casualty of war that didn't even directly have.
I'm going to stop it right there for a moment because, again, triggering. I understand what this is like because if you watch that and you saw Martell's facial expression, he was like kicked back on the sofa with his arm across the back of the sofa, and she's sitting there making her son out to be a victim when the nigga, excuse my language, is a husband at the time taking care of his wife and their children, and she's making it seem like Melody is just some loser chick that just has her husband out here slaving, working 5 and 6 jobs while she does nothing and not even taking care of the household or her children. And she knows that that's not true. So when Melody was speaking to her saying, I know that you understand what it is like, being a mother, being a single mother. I don't know if you caught when Martell's mother says forever. So she's basically saying like, yeah, I've always been a single mother. In my opinion, being beautifully honest, I feel that Martell's mother is jealous. She really is one of those, in my opinion, one of those mothers who really would prefer for their sons to stay single so they feel like they always have their son. And I am married to someone, thank God my husband, is not connected to his mother in that way like that, because it was a toxic situation where the mother felt like she just always was going to have her boys and nobody was going to come between them, as if somebody wanted to come in between them. Like, girl, nobody's trying to come in between you because I'm not trying to be your son's mama. I'm his wife. I'm not trying, and you shouldn't be trying to be his girlfriend. But there are a lot of women out there like Miss Marlene, Martell's mother, who want to be always in their sons' lives in a way where they're closely connected like they are a wife, even though they're not sleeping with each other. And even though there's no sex involved, it is a disgusting thought when you think about it. And I really felt what Melody was speaking about when she was talking about this situation, because I've experienced that on some level where the mother of my husband felt like I wasn't doing my part or whatever, or her son is just doing everything. And one is bullshit, because my husband and I, we work really hard, and we met each other in high school. We all worked hard. We went to college, continuing, education, working the jobs that we had. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. He's a military veteran at this point and worked jobs and went through college and all of those different things. And we had a child, and, and we made things, made a life, I would say a pretty decent life, but we worked hard together to do that. He didn't do it on his own, but she's the type of person that would try to make it seem as if she is really pissed off that her son is doing everything and you're not doing anything. So I just had to interject there, and I'm just going to go ahead and continue with this.
They have nothing to do with you. So did Martell ever come to you and say, man, mama, I done got this wife. She don't do You don't do a damn thing. God damn, she about to kill me, mama.
No, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
I said it. You was spoiled. He had you spoiled. You was like, Martell this, Martell this. And yeah, I did say it. I said, Lord, she gonna kill my baby. But you were being lazy.
I've never been lazy.
Well,
As a matter of fact, can I tell you something?
I guess when you get them children, they make you lazy.
Ooh, let the record show, y'all. Martell did everything, honey. When I was in a marriage with Martell,
Oh, and we ain't talking about that
I
part.
didn't have to
Look
do
at her.
nothing.
I'm just saying,
I
at
ain't
that
have to
time,
work.
at that
I didn't
particular time,
cook.
I was
I
like,
didn't do
Lord.
no clothes. I didn't do no laundry. I ain't come up with no business ideas. Just remember, I lived a life of
Yes,
doing
you did.
nothing.
I ain't say you didn't do nothing now.
I ain't do nothing.
You was a
y'all.
little lazy. But I
Martell
just
just
I
took
don't care
care
how
of
much
me.
that fuss.
Ooh,
You ain't gotta do all that.
that's what you said.
I'm just saying, you got a little comfortable. You was a little lazy. Yes, you were. But it's okay. I guess if I was having children like that, I guess I've been lazy too.
So I'm going to stop it there because I've heard enough. The fact that she's calling a woman who had 4 children with her son, who was her husband at the time, lazy, and then says, well, I guess when you have all those children, it can make you lazy, but you were spoiled. Yeah, you were spoiled. He didn't say it to me, but I said you were spoiled. Again, she was jealous. This woman said it herself. She was a single mother forever. She doesn't know the life of being a wife. She doesn't know the life of having a partner. She doesn't know the life of someone you give 100% and then I give 100%. We're both giving our all. So for her to say that, yeah, you were lazy is bullcrap. And Melody, she did better than I would have done to sit across the table from this woman. Her orange juice probably would have been in her face, and that bacon, may have been added on top of that. If I was sitting across the table from someone who would have the audacity to tell me that I was lazy and I was spoiled when I was married to a man who should have been taking care of me, who should have been supporting me, who should have been doing everything that they could to make sure that I and our children have everything that they want and need, because that is what being a husband is supposed to be. Not calling this woman spoiled. Like, who are you? Who says that? Someone who's jealous. Only someone who is jealous would say that a woman whose husband was, at the time, even though he was cheating and doing what he was doing on the side, taking care of house and home, would call this woman spoiled. You're jealous. I don't really have much more to add to this because I could honestly go on and on for days when it comes to this topic. I just related to this in a number of ways. Thankfully, not with the husband that she had, but definitely when it comes to that type of mother-in-law. Thankfully for her, no longer a mother-in-law, but definitely the grandmother to all 4 of her children. So she's doing what she's doing for the sake of peace, because it's like, well, look, the woman is the grandmother to my children. Although it's not going to be like it was back in the day, I'm going to make the effort and see if we can, become cordial and get on the same page where that is involved. So definitely Melody was trying to be the bigger person in that situation, and his mother, toxic, enabler, and pretty much the birther of that monstrosity of a person by the name of Martell, who believes that he can do no wrong. It comes from her. I don't know much about his dad, but and I'm not saying it's okay for a man to not stick around and be a father to their children. let alone, getting someone pregnant that you're not married to. But, that's an epidemic right now. And I don't see that ever changing. But she's clearly jealous that she never got married, and her son, she lost him for a time period, but now I guess she's got him back because from what I heard, he's living in her house, allegedly. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it sure looks that way. So enjoy your son while you have him, because I don't think anybody else, even Sheree, really wants him as much as he thinks that they do, or as much as he wants himself. So you guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.